Coming up on LUTV News, St. Charles recently elected a new mayor. We sat down with him to discuss his plans for the term. Plus, we met with a college student trying to make it in the music industry by making it that will leave an impact. We'll take a closer look at a pizza place that is mainly run by high school students, but the food doesn't taste like it. Those stories and more ahead on LUTV News. Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Garrett Anderson. St. Charles-elect Dan Borgmeyer has many new ideas for the city. One includes potentially creating a new entertainment district for college students, as well as making some changes to historic Main Street. Our Taylor McDaniel sat down with him to find out what these plans really mean for St. Charles.
It's a college town. You need some place to blow off steam. You need to be able to go party and scream and listen to the kind of music you want to listen to. Well, how do we solve that? Well, we build an entertainment district near the college where you can go and do what you want to do. The police like it because they'll be able to patrol it because it's a contained area, but the college kids can go do what they do. Now, can they go drink underage? Absolutely not. They will be arrested and they will be fined. You can't do that. You have to have some place where you can go be a college kid.
Borgmeyer says after he is able to put this program in place, that Main Street will be for all people, not just college students. A new bill has recently passed, giving bars on Main Street some new regulations. But what was the need?
Those bars went for 12 years without ever being audited, and that's why it got out of hand. I intend to sit down with the city council, talk about what's good in that bill and what's bad in that bill, and correct it. We had 2 bars down there that were a real problem. The police should have gone in, they should have ticketed those bars, and they should have reprimanded those bars, and eventually we should have put those bars out of business.
But did these same regulations hurt the bars that weren't causing trouble?
The guy from Llewellyn said, we've just put millions into this building. I can't close at 11 o'clock. Big A's has been there since my kids were little. We used to go there for cheeseburgers. So you don't shut everybody down because of 1 or 2 bad eggs. I saw one of the bars was given points for a fight, but the problem was somebody got inebriated at the Oktoberfest, went to the bar, started a fight. They couldn't get the fight under control. They called the police. Well, as a result of calling the police, they got a point. And if you look at the points, the depth of differences between overcrowding has the same penalty as, I think, murder or rape. So it needs to be re-examined.
As a result of these new regulations, some of the bars went out of business, leaving those buildings vacant.
There's 10 vacant buildings on Main Street right now. Bobby's Place, the one that was the #1 offender, I'm proud to say within about 30 days is going to be a general store on Main Street. Something we needed, something that's not a bar, something that will add to the ambiance of Main Street without being a problem.
Borgmeyer says that he has multiple pillars that he would like to achieve during his term. One of these pillars is improving the crime rate in St. Charles.
#1 is crime. Is it out of control? No. Is it getting worse? Yes. I intend to make it stop getting worse. Car theft is up 89%. Rape is up 155%. We're about 10 to 15 officers understaffed compared to what we should have for a city our size. We're going to have more police. I use the metaphor, a cop on every corner. I want people to come to St. Charles and go, my gosh, there's a cop on every corner. I felt safe. Police presence is the biggest deterrent.
Another pillar he wants to achieve is to revitalize Frenchtown.
We need a facade grant program. So if you buy a house in Frenchtown, we will give you money to help you fix a house up and rejuvenate it according to the standards that meet the French area. I have a daughter who moved to Kirkwood. They wanted a cool house. We want people to move to St. Charles because they want a cool house, and then we have to help them make it cool.
This is Taylor McDaniel with LUTV News.
Dan Borgmeyer defeated current mayor Sally Faith in the April 2nd election. He will take office on May 7th. In St. Louis, baseball could be mistaken for religion. Opening day for the Cardinals is an all-day event downtown. Video journalist Caleb Reardon went downtown to capture the chaos.
In St. Louis, baseball is embedded in the culture. On opening day, thousands represent the birds on the bat and flood the downtown area.
Opening day in St. Louis is unlike anything else sports-wise except for college football. Everybody's wearing the same color. Everybody is enthusiastic about one team, and everybody is there to celebrate.
Thinking back to when I was a player, driving into the stadium early in the morning, so 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, games at 3, place is packed already. They got people all over the place, all over the streets, kids waiting for autographs, and just a vibe. The game might start at 3:15. Events start at like 8 in the morning. I mean, people are doing it up. People are tailgating outside, enjoying it. And to me, this has got to get done one of these days. It's a holiday. Like, do it. Just give everybody the day off. Stop everybody from making up the excuses of, I'm a little sick, I'm not feeling so good. I know where you are. Everybody's at opening day.
Opening day in St. Louis is more than just the start of a new season. It is the celebration of its rich baseball history.
What you want to get there, even more than the game for, is the ceremony. The fact that you can see Ozzie and Suter and Brock and Gibson and the Cardinal Hall of Famers like Chris Carpenter and Jim Edmonds, all those people wearing their red jackets. And then you see the Clydesdales circle the field in the warning track. And how much opportunity do you get to see the Clydesdales? We're lucky here in St. Louis that we get to see them every opening day.
There's something different about the Clydesdales too. Seeing them trot out there, getting a chance before the game to be by the wagon gate in right field. They're loading them up, getting ready, and just standing next to them. And it's like, oh man, this is awesome. It's just it's a cool tradition. As soon as you hear the song, everybody goes nuts, and I love it. My favorite opening day memory is having the opportunity to shake hands with the Hall of Famers. And I got to shake hands with Stan Musial, got to shake hands with Red Schoendienst, and Lou Brock, Ozzie Smith, Bob Gibson, just being around these guys. And unfortunately, over the last couple of years, obviously, we've lost a couple. Lost Stan a few years back, lost Red last year. But those memories are always there. That's what every player wants to be. Like when you first get called to the big leagues, like you want to be one of those guys, and there's only a few that end up getting to that point, and it's just a special moment being able to be around baseball royalty.
The loyalty of the Cardinals runs through its entire organization.
Even when the team is coming off of a bad season, because hope springs eternal, Cardinal fans are always excited. And once you see the Clydesdales, once you see the Hall of Famers, and once you see the team take the field for the first time, there's just a belief that this is going to be the year. The atmosphere for opening day is always fantastic.
The Cardinals we're very lucky as fans to know that we're going to go see a team that legitimately believes they have a chance to win the World Series year in and year out. There are a lot of places they can't say that.
The experience is unlike anything else you can experience in sports.
For LUTV News, I'm Caleb Reardon.
The Cardinals season is now well underway. The team has been on the road but returns to Busch Stadium April 19th for a 9-game homestand. Straight ahead on LUTV News. One college student is trying to make his way in the music industry. Stay tuned to see how he's making his dreams a reality.
Prediabetes. Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise!
Surprise! Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Welcome back. New musicians seem to be popping up everywhere, but Andrew Combs is making a different approach than most. He plays and records every song he writes. Our Taylor McDaniel sat down with him to find out why he's so passionate about his music.
So back in 4th grade, we had the option to do band, and I went out to that. They showed us all these instruments like trumpet and stuff, but I didn't think they looked very fun, so I was like, what about drums? And then I started playing drums. And as they said, the rest is history. Over this last summer, I was on a professional recording done by the Film on Scout Ranch called the Villa Sessions. One of the things that I did while working at the Film on Scout Ranch, in addition to my day job, was playing music every night. I played the washboard in my band out there, the Poniel Cantina Band. So back in high school, I discovered this band called Avenged Sevenfold. I loved their music, and I found out one of my favorite songs by them, Afterlife, was actually written by their drummer. And that kind of showed me that, hey, drummers can do more than just hit things. They can also be the creative mind in the band and write music. So that kind of inspired me to start picking up more instruments to learn how to play them so I could write for them and write music for them. So for my first song, I didn't really know how to play guitar that good. I could only do power chords and drop tuning. I would just fiddle around on the guitar and just drum away, and when I found something that sounded good, I was like, there we go. But the hardest part was actually recording them, because most professional recording studios, when they're recording drums, all the pictures you see have a million different microphones. I had one microphone input on my computer and had no clue what I was doing. Now how I do it, it's a bit more thought out. I usually start by sitting down at my computer. I've got a software program where I can write out the music. I'm a music minor in school, so I've taken quite a few classes on like music theory and stuff like that. So I can just write it out without having to hear how it sounds, and I've got an idea of what it's going to sound like. Then it's pretty easy to just take the parts I've written, learn how to play them, and then record them in. Favorite instrument, by far, is the drum set. Everything else just kind of pales in comparison to that. But if I had to pick an instrument other than drum set, I'd probably go with bass guitar. One of the craziest instruments I own is actually an electric organ. I just kind of picked this one up on a whim. I play a little bit of keyboard, and I've always wanted to learn how to play like a church organ because they sound so cool. But those are a bit big to have in a college dorm room or something. The biggest thing I want to do with my music is just have some sort of impact. I don't want to write songs that don't really mean anything. Everything that's on the radio today is just written to get rich and make money. I want to write songs that have feelings behind them, emotions, stories.
Andrew is also passionate about the outdoors. When he's not making music, he's making YouTube videos about nature. You can check out this as well as his music at Andrew_explores_outdoors on YouTube and Instagram. St. Louis has one of the highest crime rates in the country. I visited an entrepreneur who is also a security guard and a business owner, looking to help lower the crime rate in a unique way. Brandon Young, the founder of 3 Level Security, designed the business to protect and serve the people in the St. Louis area.
We do private chauffeuring services, all security services, from personal bodyguarding to businesses to events, parties, birthday parties, weddings.
Brandon was looking for an opportunity in law enforcement when he came up with the idea of 3 levels.
So I originally wanted to be a cop, so I did all the trainings I needed to. I was pursuing the St. Louis Police Academy, and then I decided, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, so I just took the resources I had and expanded around that. I mainly just took it and ran with it. It started, my first client was Nelly.
Starting out with the business, Brandon immediately knew what type of clients he wanted to protect.
I did Nelly at the age of 16, so that gave me motivation right there. I was like, yeah, you know, I could do the celebrity thing. I want this celebrity. I want to be celebrity protection. You know, not because of money, just because I like protecting people in general. So, like I said, I want to be a cop first. So, protecting and like being in the community was, you know, all I really wanted, and I could do that on my own. You don't need I felt like I didn't need a police department or something to do that.
3-level security is always looking for new security guards to help with the business.
Ironically, it was a tragedy in my family, and one of his family members was at the tragedy, and we linked up like that, and they exchanged numbers, and he called me, and I started working with him about a little more than 6 months ago.
Despite having no experience, Derek was more than willing to join the personal security industry.
I was just working at Target and retail, and one of the security was in there shopping. Invited me to the club and told me to, you know, work one night with them and see how I like it, and that's what I did. And I haven't looked back yet.
A great portion of Brandon's clients stem from entertainers in the music industry.
We chauffeur high-profile clients, to name a few. We chauffeured YFN Lucci, Cash Down, Lil Baby, Jada,
Yellow Beezy, Juvenile, K-Stylist.
Tonight we did local artist called Mood. They are based out of St. Louis. We basically just made sure they were chauffeured to the event and protected the whole event from start to finish. We do stage management too, so that means access to the stage, making sure the exit clear, making sure the entry points to the stage is clear, making sure the DJ, you know, do the right thing, you know, that sort of thing on the back end, part of the performance, and just make sure they safe during their performance or, you know, don't need anything.
Brandon knew, starting this business, he had rules and regulations to follow in order to protect.
The biggest thing is going through your like local city or county or whatever. You got to get a certification. They used to call it a guard card back in the day, but it's literally a card saying like your security personnel or whatever the case may be. It's just a class you go through St. Louis County. You just take it through St. Louis County. And Clayton, they give you an application, that sort of thing, and then you apply, do like a regular background check. It's a short amount of time. Secondly is insurance. You gotta like have some decent insurance. Just because you're dealing with people in general. The third biggest thing is having attorneys that you trust, like lawyers, good lawyers in your corner for legal issues. And most importantly, you gotta just have the drive and love, you know, love what you do. Like
another way Brandon gives back to the community is he offers lessons for others to protect themselves as well.
We got a self-defense class for women, and basically this stems from sex trafficking, rapes, you know, violent crimes against women. I did research and we found, you know, the best company in St. Louis that does the class, and I'm gonna help host it and that sort of thing. So yeah, we just bringing it to North County. We want to bring it to the community, and then that way women can get the resources they need to protect their, you know, their family, their mom, their dad, you know, their kids, just protect the whole family. So
you can book 3-level security for your private event starting at rates as low as $25 an hour. The self-defense class starts on June 15th. Visit 3levelservices.com for more details. Coming up on LUTV News, pizza made by high schoolers? We'll get a closer look at Boardwalk Pizza to see why customers keep coming back to the staff of mostly teenagers.
I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II. Then I came home, worked for the post office for 70 years. I've been getting Meals on Wheels, and I enjoy it. The most important thing about Meals on Wheels is you meet the people, which to me is fantastic. You need people to keep your brain moving. That's what life is about. It's love and having a conversation with people.
Welcome back. At Boardwalk Pizza, teamwork makes the pizza work. Reporter Tyler Cohan went to a restaurant to figure out their staff, where the ages averages 18, continue to be profitable.
On a slow day, I talked to an employee who started working at Boardwalk Pizza when she was 17 years old.
Hi, I'm Erin. I've worked at Boardwalk for 3.5 years. I'm a cashier here. I'm also a shift manager. I do serving. As a cashier, I just take people's orders. Like when they call, I take orders. When someone comes in, I'll take their order. And then it's also like the cashiers like watch the oven and make sure that everything's good over there.
And though she's the only one who's comfortable on camera, an entire staff of high schoolers work alongside her.
I think that 12 out of like 17 of us have worked here since we were in high school, or a lot of them are still in high school, but there's a couple of us that started in high school but now are in college. But it's mostly high schoolers here. Well, everybody who works here is really fun. Like I like all my coworkers, and Virgil's really nice. He's just a really good guy, so it's easy to work here and it's fun. The reason that the staff, like we all get along so well is because we see each other outside of school. Outside of work, at school, or we hang out, so we all have like a connection for other things than just Boardwalk. Yeah, I think that working like with people you like helps make the job more fun, but it definitely is easier because if I have a problem or if I like need help, I don't care if I say anything to somebody. Like I'm more open with them because I know them, so it's easier to say stuff. So it's like the job gets done easier.
Virgil Avanzato, the owner, does all he can to make sure these high schoolers have fun, but more importantly, make pizza.
Yeah, usually for Memorial Day, he takes us out to do fun stuff.
Such as?
One year he took us to Bar 360 to get food for like dinner or whatever, and then he took us to a Cardinals game, took us to Top Golf, and then I know this year he's planning something else, but he hasn't figured it out yet, but he likes to take us to places. Staff is great, and the food's amazing, and we're always friendly.
When all you do is make dough, take phone calls, top pizza, and serve it, you'd better get along with your coworkers. For LUTV News, I'm Tyler Cohan.
Visit bwpizza.com to place your order and read more about the business. Local businesses around the area have entertainers visit their establishment routinely. I met with some local artists who are familiar with a particular bar in the St. Louis area.
My name is Matt Obrecht. Tonight we're playing with an acoustic duo called Dude Bro Duo. I play guitar and I sing, and the other gentleman that I play with also plays guitar and sings. We kind of switch back and forth.
My name's Anthony Nanny. I'm with the Dude Bro Duo here tonight. I play guitar and I sing with this group.
Him and I have known each other since high school, honestly, and we've played in bands throughout the years. We've toured around the country, actually, when we were in our 20s. And nowadays, we just take pretty much any gig we can get. So we'll play around here at Cyberg's and a couple other Cyberg's around town. Usually about once a month, we'll hit one of the locations.
We do a little bit of everything, like country, rock and roll, blues.
When it comes to the cover gigs, we like to play stuff that people like to dance to and sing along with, you know, because that honestly makes it more fun for us when it all comes down to it. When there's a couple folks dancing and singing, we feed off of that kind of energy. On the original stuff, it really comes down to the artists that we're playing with, so sometimes we'll go more country, sometimes we'll go more rock, just depending on who we're supporting. I mean, we've played anywhere from, you know, hundreds or, you know, a couple thousand people right down to like 10 people, you know, depending on the night and where we are. But it's always the same thing. We enjoy it because it's the music, so we'll play in a little bar or a restaurant, or else we'll play in a big club or a festival. You know, we do it because we love music, and it's a good way to earn some income too.
You know, the great thing about music is with all the stuff going on in the world, people come out and forget about all the problems, forget about their worries, and we all sing a song that we like together, and everybody gets along for a little bit of time, and that's what's really cool. And that works for me too. I forget about the troubles and the worries, and we all hang out together. Music really unites people.
The group Dude Bro Duo will make a special appearance and perform at Satchmo's Bar in St. Louis County on May 18th. Coming up on LUTV News, want to know how broadcasts are watching right now works? Stay tuned in an in-depth look at Lindenwood Super Semester.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
I'm ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better late than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
Lindenwood Digital Art students are producing films for a capstone class. We talked to one of those students about how she came up with the story and what she did to create it. Here's Sandy Lindenwood with the story.
Rolling.
So this film is my second thesis film in Lindenwood. The name called Extroversion. It's about singing competition. Female character who's came all the way from Thailand, wanted to do her, follow her dreams. One day things not go like what they planned, and she met this guy, and it's a kind of romance. Last semester I got to do a film called Introvert, which is a guy who needs to come out from his comfort zone. So I was like, I want to do something that is about me and how people can relate. So I figured out that there's two kind of personalities, so either an introvert or extrovert. So since I already have an introvert, why not an extrovert this time?
I think it's very interesting to be in a short film with her because I known her for a long time since she was a little girl, 12 years old. And this film is the first one that I actually have speak English every single words, dialogues like that, yeah. So I'm excited to be a part of it. I think Otima has me as an inspiration for her dialogues. Because Violet, she came from Thailand, and she came here for a singing competition, which is it's quite similar to the competition that I went to 10 years ago.
This production for filming, production-wise, 3 days. A week is production is a week, but we've been pre-production for since last year, the beginning of last year.
You can watch Artema's Extroversion and other short films from other DCA students on May 8th. Here at LUTV, we learn how to produce and broadcast what is called Super Semester. Video journalist Tyler Cohan has a story of how we make this happen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, roll.
Super Semester is 3 classes. It's all smashed into one. It is multi-platform reporting, broadcast news writing, and news videography.
And you're basically meeting every Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 4, where you meet in the morning with your team, essentially, and you assign story ideas, and then you go out to film them, and then you come back and edit, and then you basically have a couple hours to put together a whole broadcast, and then you film it live.
I've seen a guy by the name of Pete Martin who was doing something.
You get your equipment, you go out, you film your packages, you find your news stories, you conduct interviews. It's really good kind of real-world experience if you're looking to go into this field.
Caleb, your story on Talman, well done. You're getting better. Great nats, great use of nats.
The curriculum, the procedures, the processes, and the workflow that exists in the super semester is as much as we can make it a mirror image of what happens in a local network affiliate in a news setting during a normal news cycle day. We come in the morning, we pitch ideas, we do assignment editing where we decide who's going to do what story. People pitch us ideas about things that they already have in the works, and then they go out, gather the content, and we hit a hard deadline, usually at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
You can watch an away game with the Talman at any number of blues watch parties that take place in bars in the St. Louis area. You can also email Ron at rbadv@msn.com.
There's stories everywhere. You just have to look. You have to open your eyes, and there's stories about everything everywhere. And what we focus on is more stories about people. And there's interesting people all over the place. And you just kind of you might have to pull the story out sometimes. But if you are able to conduct a good interview and get good B-roll, you should be able to put something together in the end.
So a lot of our students have gotten jobs in the industry simply because they were proficient, not just knowledgeable, but proficient with that software. An employer, when you come in, they want you to hit the ground running. They don't want to have to do a lot of training. They might do some orientation, but they don't want to do training. So the iNews system makes our students very competitive in the marketplace, along with the idea that you get your hands on right away.
I liked Super Semester because it was challenging and it makes you think outside the box like you normally wouldn't. And the other thing that I liked about it is when you think you're going in to shoot a package on one thing, but when you go to actually edit your film, you may take the package in a whole nother direction.
Yeah, I would recommend this class. It's hard. It's a lot of work. But yeah, I think it's really, really important to take it because, you know, you're meeting deadlines. Your stuff is airing on our TV station. I don't know. I think it's a really good class.
The Towel Man, this is something started 29 years ago.
And lose it.
Came from
Super semester is hard work, but what we learn is essential to moving forwards with our career. That is it for this edition of LUTV News. I'm Garrett Anderson. Thanks for joining us.